let's pick a book that's one of the most controversial in terms of counting the number of challenges, and say any one of those books, All Boys Are Not Blue, perhaps. That book is on the shelves, I think, of this and several of our libraries, but it's in the shelves that are adult sections of the library. In a sense, they're not young adult or they're not teens and children's sections. However, if the 16-year-old is looking for that book and goes up to the 5th floor or the 1st floor and that book is on the shelf in the collection, have we violated, at risk of criminal penalty, the new statute? Because it's still in our collection, but we're not going to have enough staff to put at the head of every row of books someone to check your ID and make sure you're 18. I just think it's totally impractical to try to enforce in a large library. And conversely, in a small library, where you may have one employee on duty at any time, you don't have a place to sequester things. You've got one room. The library that my mother took me to in Southwest Arkansas, in the old original courthouse in Nashville, had one big, cold in the winter and hot in the summer room. Where do you put these things? You need to give me an answer. How am I supposed to keep my
one of the issues I don't
employees out of jail?
I don't have a good answer for Cal's on how that was worked. If a book that was it found or even just alleged to be harmful to minors was in the collection somewhere.
John, I really I couldn't hear your answer.
To which question?
I can't tell if it's the microphone or your distance from a microphone or what. I just get a bunch of garbled syllables.
Can you hear me now?
Better? Yes, sir.
Which question can I hear the answer to?
Well, just that last one was Nate's question.
Oh. Nate was asking how Cal's was.
Yes. I can hear Nate, so yes.
Yeah.
Part of why I think the law needs to get clarified is because I think Cal's does have some criminal risk if books that are determined to be harmful to minors are part of the collection, the main collection that the library has out and not put in an area somehow inaccessible to minors. The other practical problem with that Nate was raising was Cal's and all the other libraries I'm aware of don't currently have these areas, so we're currently trying to work out precisely what that means, inaccessible to minors, if it's got to be locked up, if it's just behind a desk, if there's got to be a separate room that you have to show ID to get into, that sort of thing. We don't have a good interpretive answer for those kind of questions about that yet.
Are there any other questions of Attorney Adams from the board?
Do we only plan, if CALS were to approve this, to only file a lawsuit against Section 1? So our ceiling for it, I'll talk about Section 1 and Section 5. Right. Because the resolution just says various provisions.
That's correct. I don't plan to challenge Section 1 and Section 5.
You're saying 1 and 5?
Yes, Sections 1 and Section 5, which is this new 8 misdemeanor and the public library material provision. There are 4 other sections of the bill that we don't plan to challenge.